See here. Are we live? Yes, we are. All right, let me do this. All right, welcome to today's show, our class show. Okay, class and show in one thing. All right, so today we are going to be talking about free Burger King, giving an update on coronavirus in the city, and toxoplasmosis, a condition where we will discuss cats and car wrecks. What do those two have in common? How are they connected? How is a kitty related to car wrecks? How does that connect? So I hope y'all are doing okay. Hope you had a good Easter weekend. Reminder that you should have watched the YouTube video that I posted on symbiosis on Monday. There's some questions on Schoology for that. And today we are going to be talking about this stuff. So let's jump into it. So if you download the Burger King app on your phone, Burger King is offering you, the students, a free Whopper if you can solve the problems on the Burger King app. So every day for the next 6 days, I believe, until Monday. Let's see, today's Wednesday. Wednesday? I don't even know the days anymore. Oh, my phone's dead, so I don't even know. I think today's Wednesday. Okay, so anyway, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Okay, 6 days. And Burger King is going to post like a question every day onto their app for students about math, science, history, English, reading, life, etc. And if you can answer that question correctly, Burger King will give you a promo code, a coupon in the app, so that you can receive a free Whopper through the drive-thru at Burger King. You can't go inside because everything is closed down and we are on lockdown, and you will not be able to go inside Burger King. If you try to do that, they will probably try to arrest you. Okay, so don't do that. So this is only for students. So like if you have other siblings, other students, they can do it also. And I think all of y'all can get free Whoppers, but your parents will not be able to. Okay, so this is mostly for like high school, middle school, elementary kids. So free Whopper, if you're interested, download the app today. You can get that free Whopper right now. Download the app right now. I don't work for Burger King. They don't pay me to put this on here. All right, Burger King did not pay me to put this ad in here. I just thought if I was a high school kid and someone offered me a cheeseburger for doing a question right, I would do those questions every day. So we are now at 300 confirmed virus cases. Or no, this was a few days ago, actually. We're like at 350 right now or something like that in El Paso. A few days ago, they announced the stay-at-home order will be extended till May 17th, which is about 4.5 weeks from today. So at the very minimum, we have about 4.5 weeks more of this quarantine stay-at-home stuff. So they haven't told us anything as teachers, but I'm like 99.99999% sure that we are not going back this year to school for this school year, and that we probably will not go back until August. So that's just what I think. I don't think, even though the stay-at-home order ends May 17th, who knows, it might get extended. But even if it ends May 17th, we probably will not go back until August. Because that's only a week or two of school at the end of the year, and one kid has a virus, and like I don't know what we do in that case. All right, so you will probably not go back to school until August, but I am not sure. No one's told us anything, but I'm 99.999% sure we will not go back into school until August. All right, where's my laser pointer? I need my virtual laser pointer. Oh, what on earth is that? I have no idea what this is. What the crap is this? Reset? How did this even happen? Oh my god. All right. Oh, okay, start. Let's go back to the slide. I don't want to do this. I don't have an audience right now. I don't have notes. I don't use notes. I use my brain. This is so lame. All right, give me 1 second here. Exit out of there. Okay. Oh no, I don't want to ask questions. This is so dumb. All right, I'm just going to start over because Google Slides went haywire. Okay, give me 1 second, y'all. Trying to get this started back up. I don't know what that was. Maybe I was hacked or something. Who knows? All right, we talked about the tapeworms last time. We talked about Japan last time. All Where are we? Let's see. Okay, we were right here. All right, sorry about that, y'all. Technical difficulties. So last time we talked about symbiosis. Okay, there are billions of different organisms on Earth, and they all have different relationships with other organisms of different species and organisms of the same species. There were 5 relationships we talked about: predation, competition, commensalism, parasitism, and mutualism. We went into detail about parasitism last time, and we will go talk about a specific type of parasitism today. So these organisms have good relationships with others, bad relationships with others. So all these living organisms are interacting in some way with the other organisms in their environment. So let's look into this a little bit more specifically. So parasitism, as we learned last time, is a relationship where one organism is benefiting and the other one is being harmed. So in this type of relationship, one organism known as the parasite is usually stealing something such as nutrients from a host. The parasite needs the host to live. It does not want to eat the host all at once and kill it like we see in predation. It wants to keep that host alive so it can reproduce and get its nutrients and living space and all that good stuff from that host. So we talked about tapeworms last time. So with tapeworms, you get them from eating meat that is not being cooked properly, or you can get it from raw fish, such as that found in sushi. So if you don't cook your chicken properly, you could have tapeworm eggs in it. So anyways, you eat that uncooked meat that is infected, and then the tapeworm eggs go in you, and these tapeworms, this tapeworm or tapeworms, okay, will cling to the inside of your intestines, and they will eat and steal your nutrients from you. And so these tapeworms can grow very long. As we saw last time, they can grow up to 30 feet, maybe even longer, who knows. So make sure you're washing your hands. As I talked about last time, you don't want that thing growing in you. So let's go to toxoplasmosis. Toxoplasmosis is a condition caused by a parasite that we're going to get into here in a second. And oh, I want my laser pointer. Here we go. All right, so toxoplasmosis, this is the parasite right here. All right, it will be able to infect all 3 of these. So we see a mouse, we see a little kitty, cat, okay, and we see a human. This parasite has different effects on all 3 of these, and it connects them in a very unique way. So let's jump into it. So toxoplasmosis is caused by an organism, a prokaryote called Toxoplasma gondii. That's a scientific name. We have the genus name first, species name second. Hope y'all remember that, even though it's been like a month since we've been in school. Hopefully the wisdom has still been passed down to you. Anyways, these are like cartoon versions of it. The prokaryotic organisms, different than bacteria. So these organisms are not bacteria. This is different than bacteria. I think I accidentally put in the homework it was a bacteria. I'm sorry. It's a protozoa. All right, so these are protozoan organisms that are unicellular, meaning one cell. And they are eukaryotes compared to bacteria, which are prokaryotes. So these are going to have nucleus, organelles, and all that good stuff inside of them, whereas bacteria do not. And these are going to be larger than bacteria. So it's estimated that up to 1/3 of the world is infected with this parasite, Toxoplasma. And this parasite can cause some very interesting behavioral changes in animals and humans. So let's take a look. So this parasite's life cycle starts off by infecting a little innocent mouse. So it infects the mouse, and then this parasite is going to cause some behavioral changes inside of the mouse. So the parasite is going to make the mouse produce a lot of a neurotransmitter called dopamine, all right? And so that mouse is going to produce a lot of extra dopamine. And so this mouse is going to be less afraid of predators. Well, usually when mice smell cat urine, they get scared. And so they run away when they smell cat urine or cat pee. But if this toxoplasma infects the mouse, then that mouse will not be scared of the cat urine. It might even stick around a little bit longer. There's some studies that show that the mouse might even be attracted to the cat urine, and they're no longer scared of predators when they're infected. And some studies show that they're even more likely to explore unexplored areas when they are infected by this parasite. So it causes changes in their nervous system, which is responsible for thought. And so if these mice are not scared of cat urine anymore, they're going to hang out around cat urine. And what's around cat urine? Probably some cats. So those cats are going to be like, ooh, free meal, and eat that mouse. But little did those cats know that that mouse has the parasite, and now the cat will also have the parasite. So the parasite, toxoplasma, is using the mouse to get to the cat. It's an intermediate host. So that the mouse is not where the parasite actually is going to reproduce and reach full adulthood, all right, and be ready for reproduction. That's going to happen inside of the mouse. The inside of the mouse is a much better living space than the inside of the inside of the cat is a much better living space than the inside of the mouse for this parasite. So it's using the mouse to get to the cat. It wants to be inside the cat. So the cat is the primary host for this parasite. It used the mouse as a way to get to the cat. The reason it wants to get to the cat is because once it makes its way to the cat intestines, the cat's intestines are a perfect place for this parasite to grow to adulthood and reproduce and make what are called oocytes, which are these little, essentially, eggs for the toxoplasma, the parasite. So these cats usually will not display any symptoms that they've been infected. It's not going to change their behavior like crazy like I do with the mouse, because this is where the parasite wants to be. It doesn't necessarily want to go to another host because the cat is the best place for this parasite to live in. So some cats might show some mild symptoms, such as like fatigue, sometimes even fever, but most cats are not going to appear like they're sick with this parasite. The only thing that's really going to change is, well, one, they're going to lose some nutrients, and then two, when they poop, they're going to poop out the eggs of this parasite with their poop. And so cats, they usually poop in litter boxes. I actually didn't know why cats poop in litter boxes, but I looked it up, and apparently it has something to do with cats are used to like digging up to like cover up their poop, because in gangs of like feral cats that live in the wild together, or stray cats that like gang up and stuff like that and live together in colonies, apparently the dominant cat in the group will leave its poop out in the open as a marker of its territory, and then all the other like follower cats in the group, the ones that are like subordinate to that dominant cat, will cover their poop and their feces to show like submissiveness, to show they're like not challenging the dominant cat. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't know why they did that, but apparently that's one of the reasons they do it. That's pretty cool. Evolution. So the cat, if you have a cat and you don't wash your hands and you are cleaning the litter box and you don't wash your hands and you put your hands on your mouth like this person right here, you might get that Toxoplasma gondii inside of you. And that's not going to be a good thing. Well, it may or may not. So let's take a look here. So the Toxoplasma gondii can infect humans. It's known as a dead end host, though, because the parasite inside of humans is not going to be able to reproduce as well as it does inside of cats. So it mainly wants to be in cats. It's kind of a dead end for the parasite because it's not going to really benefit as much being inside of a human. So as we are going to see on the next slide, there are some studies out there that show that this parasite might be able to change human behavior in some very, very interesting ways, because it can affect our nervous system. It might be able to affect our nervous system as well. So let's see here. I'm trying to minimize my little picture of myself. Let's put me over here. Okay. All right. So there have been some studies that look at the differences in behaviors in infected people versus non-infected people. And so these are just some of the things that some of these studies have found in people who have this infection and how they're different than people who have not been infected by Toxoplasma gondii and have toxoplasmosis. So it's interesting because there's actually different effects on men and women, and then there's some effects. Actually, we don't know if they're effects, so I'm not going to use that word. There's some behavioral characteristics or tendencies associated with men who are infected, and then some behavioral tendencies shown in women who are infected. So men who are infected with toxoplasma, they are more likely to show less self-control, be more likely to be suspicious and jealous, and be more impulsive, act on actions. Whereas women are going to be more outgoing, more friendly, and some studies even found higher aggression levels in women. Both sexes, okay, will see an increase in risk taking, increase in alcohol consumption, all right, decrease in reaction time, okay, and then more likely to be involved in car accident as the one at fault. So in a study in Turkey, and I believe there was one in Czech Republic, I could be wrong on the second country, but they studied car accidents and they studied the people who were involved in these accidents and the people who were at fault. And they found that people who have this infection of Toxoplasmosis gondii, the condition of Toxoplasma gondii, and have the condition toxoplasmosis, they are more likely to be the one at fault in car accidents. So that's pretty crazy, I think. However, I do want to say that it's very important. We don't really know if these people are having their behavior changes caused by the infection. Like, we can't say for sure that these people who have this infection have their behavior change because of the infection. We don't know if like these people are getting more wrecks because they have the infection. It could be that people who already have these behavioral tendencies are just more likely to be infected. So it could be that the people who are already more the men who are less self-control, it could be that the men who have less self-control, that are more likely to be suspicious and jealous and are more impulsive, are going to behave in ways that allow them to increase their chances of getting infected in the first place. So we don't know if the infection of this parasite is causing these changes in behavior. It could be that, or it could be that these types of people with these type of behavioral tendencies are going to put themselves in situations that allows them to be infected easier. So we don't know which one it is. There's a lot of study that needs to be done on this still. Very interesting stuff, though. If there's a way they can prove that this infection does cause these things, that would be really, really cool. Kind of scary, but really, really cool. And so from what I researched, it can cause inflammation in your brain. So it can cause inflammation in your nervous system. And there's not a whole lot of research. There is some research, but we need way more research to kind of prove that X causes Y. So maybe one of y'all will do this type of research in the future and be able to come back and tell me one day and make your own YouTube channel and share the knowledge with me. Okay, so let's go over here. So this is the life cycle of Toxoplasma gondii, which causes toxoplasmosis. So let's see what's going on here. So here, let's go through the whole life cycle. So these little mice, sometimes birds, but mostly mice, are going to be infected with the oocytes, which are kind of like eggs. And so these oocytes will make their way into the nervous tissue and the muscle tissue of the mouse. All right, so these little oocytes, the parasites, the little eggs, will be inside the muscle and brain tissue. And then little mouse here is no longer scared of cat urine. Remember, it alters the way the mouse behaves, so it makes the mouse behave in a way where it's not afraid of predators anymore. And so it will hang around the cat urine. The cat will see that, ooh, a free meal, eat it. And then so the cat becomes infected. The parasite goes inside the intestines of the cat, starts reproducing, reaches adulthood. And then whenever the cat poops, these little oocytes, these little eggs, are going to be inside of the cat poop. And so 3 ways they can get to humans. This is going to be a question on Schoology. Wink, wink. So first way we talked about, if you are cleaning the cat litter box and you do not wash your hands properly, you could get infected. The second way is if the cat poops near some soil, and that soil is being used for farming and plants and vegetables, even water sources. If you don't wash those vegetables off properly, or if you're drinking contaminated water, you could be infected. So make sure you wash your vegetables before you eat them, and make sure the water you're drinking is safe. The third way a human can get infected is if this cat poops. We have these little oocytes, these little eggs, and then the cows or pigs or farm animals eat that contaminated plant. All right, or somehow eat some soil, or somehow eat some feces that have been contaminated with these oocytes. Or maybe the food source they're eating, the vegetables, happen to have these oocytes on them as well. And so if the human does not cook the food properly, they could get the Toxoplasma gondii babies from that. So those are the three ways that it can make its way into humans. And then in humans, once it's in humans, there's research showing that blood transfusions could give the parasite to other humans. And then there is a lot of research showing, I'm not going to get into it so much in this PowerPoint or this presentation, but pregnant women who develop this condition, this parasite can infect their baby, and there has been research showing that it can affect the baby, possibly could affect the baby, all right, later in life. So this could be a very risky parasite for pregnant women. All right, so why would it want to get into humans if it can't reproduce as well in humans? Well, there's some scientists that share that this might involve a little bit of evolutionary trickery by the parasite. So what some scientists think is that our primate ancestors, so this is our real monkey in Africa right now. We did not evolve from that monkey, just to be clear, but some scientists think that our primate ancestors might have gotten this gotten this parasite, and that the parasite was being used, the parasite was using those primate ancestors to get into the larger cats. So if you go to Africa, a lot of monkeys, poor little monkeys, a lot of monkeys are hunted down by leopards and eaten by leopards, large cats. So this parasite infects monkeys as well, not just humans. There hasn't been a whole lot of research on toxoplasmosis in monkeys, but it does infect monkeys. So if the monkey has it, then who knows, might be affecting the monkey's behavior in a way so that it's more likely to be eaten by a leopard. And then if that parasite makes it to a leopard, that's a way better living condition for the parasite versus the intestines of a house cat, because the intestines of that leopard are way bigger and there's a lot more space in there, a lot more nutrients, a lot better living conditions for that parasite to reproduce. So the parasite might be using primates as a way to get to larger cats. So pretty cool stuff to think about, I think. Alrighty, I think that's it for today. Let's see, was that it? Yes, that is it. Okay. All right. So hope y'all have a good day. All right. I will upload this right now, and there will be some questions on Schoology, and that's about it. All right. Have a good day. Go get your free Whopper, and I shall see you later. All right.